Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, see them yopo.
And listen to this show live. We're also live on Apple or iOS. Download Loud Silence Radio on any Apple device. You can watch the show live. My name is Kevin Taylor. My producers are called the Ghost Team. It's time for Pound for Pound. And it's got to do with court, Authorization, ambulance, Attorney General runaway, and Richard Jakpa. And the Yatin say a year. Richard, oh no, I don't even want to go there. Richard Jakpa. Godfred said Akufo-Addo and Kenoforiata wanted to. Godfred let me take this again. I'm sorry. Godfred said Akufo-Addo and Kenoforiata wanted Ato-Forson prosecuted. Richard Jakpa and the lawyers are filing some new document our court. Now in the document, you know. The air can say, Richard Jakpa, as our evidence, Godfred Dame, no say, Nanado Danku Akufo-Addo atakra, one could you woo Oforiata, man instructions catch any pitting say, Sa same way abi, a woman say, Enya Sembia, and what ding a ehubia, Enya Sembia, or sanka a day, Ato-Forson Kojil, Nenso, Omo per se Godfred Dame, and making sure say, Ato-Forson ako jail. We Richard Jakpa, the lawyers document our filing or court for frokra almost some more in Jinaswa, almost person of the Ghana any in court no. Now Ghana for Bibri Ebebusa say na asama abeya yebo Ato-Forson din the minority leader. Yebo Richard Jakpa din, yebo de nipa bi din Attorney General. Any nipa bi omudin abem to say Yoni Kolendi. Na asem ni nyina no start we. Minim say Sami Jemfi Wednesday NDC 360 on your time. Ejuja nsem na because Sebio Ghana your short memories inti. Ana said de bia no asem bi ba na asem no ye pese ehu no kure wo ma yetim. Inti na nwumre no because of me auntie bi of frame me a free salt pond. O say call. Ma today nsem bi aba na nsem ni nyina ne there. What say Ato-Forson walk over ambulance na war coaching atum and Attorney General mentase asem no ekokra na akotake kakra wa ha ekohasa na akotake kakra wa ha asem na nkasa menhyeda ntase ibetime nya time na ejudwam ama ma atase and I'm so antikone me anti antikone or sort pon kavire izim sro awankasa bra na be fa asem ni frichi na biebiem na dwedwam na asem no yonhu mowom se ne beya obeya yenso yere koto aba yehu se ye beto aban I sort pon me antibako antikone and I'm antikone nya botel easy me ya mon na o Kevin onye de emi nkoten o me wo me nyonkofo bebre wo mfantime mu ha emi so bitukwan papa enyim de metukwan nipa bebre me sha won ensem no work on peace me nhede hu nsem na ano enti nka ebenya botel na nka enya time na nka edwudwam a anka obe me do papa na msanti nya botel emi what from ekobedu nkutidze menya abotal na medwudwa asem no ma obi ankasa ehu asem no ma okọ enti mereba bedwudwam pepepe enti mi bedwudwam antikoni numti kakra na mereba bedwudwam awo chinchefua ma anyunkom na yeti ai tim pampa ne nom ochina membro kakra medita ai okay enti ma medwudwam me fantene de yi ready okay asem ni nyina no me starting free chiri edien na de Ato-Forson akogina court edien na de edien Richard Jakpa akogina court edien na de Attorney General and the wedwane free Ghana akogina court edien na ende ama Yoni Kolendi oye Supreme Court judge yabo ni din edien ambulance ben na ye ka ho asem and the abetu dwane say NPP 4 the propaganda any jandam bi to wiem to radio so to Facebook radio for them person mo beka no kra na kire mo efiri so mo nim se atakora ene amaniampon Akufo-Addo ene ba omi omo yakromfo now ambulance ayeka ho asem nyina during NDC time NDC ekra two types of ambulance now the yebeka ho asem na different from ambulance na NDC for eto edin say your friend no I'm friend saying Messias, what was the name? Sa ambulance ba kuna NDC ba no mo say a friend no Besides, give me the name. Oniado. Thank you, Mr. P. Oniado Clinic. Mr. P, get me the picture. In fact, it's very important. I let people know ambulance I can't want them because MPP for na jandambi. See oh mokai. Ambulance and this cover by no. There are different ambulance they can want them how. Oniado na a mobile clinic. Different from sa Autoforce and ambulance we want them. Sa ambulance ya our court is here can want them no. And no na NPP for be who say NDC for the ba and no be ye ebe stop here omo come fan ton traba so no de ambulance 200 aba. Time omo buy no na John Mahama ne NDC for e de nyoma to kwan ma na ambulance 200 free kwan so. In fact, answer John Mahama free power no na 30 of the 200 ambulance na land in Ghana. So Bianca Nchiro, these are the things that NPP for radio for no any jandam journalist no omode embeson be catch them. Inti answer na NDC free power no na omodi nkan akra Oniado manaba and a sa ambulance so different from Oniado no. Oniado na mobile clinic na kesia pa na use bu America no ye biema etumi operation nyina wo no eno na ne friend Oniado. Mr. P, give me the picture. Yes, let me show Ghana for the picture because minim Ghana for na me omokasa no. I say no facts here very important. Say the biano ye be use it na ama edwumade na ayede. Now Oniado ni nie. All right. Okay. Mr. S. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, team. Now, Oniado ni nie. Oniado ambulance we na John Mahama de buy no. Now we know na basically a clinic a sikaso a ambulance. More America mu nyina mu bi. These were called the Oniado Government of Ghana Ministry of Health National Medical Outreach Service. It's way different from the yeka nwasam no. Into way a different ambulance John Mahama de buy so when nanka be ko nkurase ambulance a clinic nanka hwe Ghana for ya frɛ bi hinterland nkurase ɛhɔ nanka we mu no ɛbɛkɔ na asɛm a yɛka ho asɛm sisi a ɛwɔ court no ɛnya ambulance we hu ne yɛka ho asɛm o apart from ambulance we John Mahama mo de buy ya ɛyɛ ekufu ade mo bɛto ye na ɔmugya si hɔ na ɔmoma ne pro no de yɛka ho asɛm no yɛ different we ɛna yɛka ho asɛm. Now, John Mahama, after this, no, okra 200 of these ambulances. We mo. Inti me mau difference na sana ya stati show no na wati asiye. Wo ambulance we. Sa ambulance we la John Mahama de bae. Egu Parliament House NPP for grounding man pro. Oko Parliament House is here. These ambulances are sitting there. Sa quarter almost 2.3 million euros no. Sa first 30 ambulance na they were equipped na John Mahama mo de buy out of the 200 no na it cost 2.3 million euros no. Sa 30 nyina MPP buy by 2017 and omo de see what selling nyina pro. So as we speak these ambulance are sitting at Parliament House. Ni nyina air pro when you who court no. Sa ambulance na NDC MPP ba power ombe say John Mahama e de 170 e ba beka 30 we ho e no mo stop ye e no mo kofa ntontura de bra mo say na do dan kwekufu ade mo de ambulance 300 aba we e Benz. These are the ambulance John Mahama ne NDC de buy 30 na ka 170 a I was say NPP for sign near de beka ho na manufacturer no Blue Sea oma ye wie ekufu ade mo ba no say we mo pack wo no mo pro e be si ne so afena what ase ha enti de ekoso no eni ntina ubuso mo ambulance say John Mahama ko fa Oniado enye ono a e we mu me no kasa se e ko Parliament House esisi wo ni nyina pro. Now obeso ambulance John Mahama de ba ya okay say no mo ka say ambulance ni hwi nim na de nyoma bi wo ha na nka wo say de na atari general ambulance ne munie na ambulance normally wo ship ya you don't put everything in it. When you bring it you can install the opposite or install in it. So what they do is they say yeah ambulance there de nyoma bi a wo say ya de fiti wi a na de aka no medical equipment ne aka no now de gum into ba na wa hyehyɛ because it is not safe for you to put all those things because on the scene no can move in here the enti ambulance ne ba no eye nyoma e kan ho a ebeba ambulance ne di mu ni nyina no na e kan ho eno na ewo eye contract nim na nka wo say eye the NPP aban ema ne ba a mo say o court ma mention ambulance no. So these are the ambulance 30 or mama na pro inside ni we na atof attorney general and MPP for say John Mahama ko kra trotro ambulance ni pictures were 2016. So pictures you we enye 2024. These are 2016 pictures. Ambulance na buy ni. And local parliament house as ni nyina pro. Yes say atofos be nyina court dey enfa nko jail kwasiafo. These are things we are not even supposed to waste our time on. Now see, make sure ambulance by these things were all fitted. Ambulance by now we now were fitted in this oxygen. Bibia a month for ways ambulance by to na bibia nim. These are 2016 pictures. Parliament House, is your who is causing financial loss to the state or who has caused financial loss to the state? Yemusa. We remember some started free. These are the ambulance. And you don't quite different. These were fresh ambulance. 30 of them. Nana do dan kweku for the MPP for Amadina Pro. 30 of these ambulance costing 2.3 million euros. Amadina Pro. So these are the ambulance we are talking about. Wemo. Ko Parliament House. Obekone guo. Ni nyina say. Ye use da. Yan statica no se enkompo ye de nya ye two free port ye de besi won eno ano no mu jani na mane proye and obi can NDC angasa you cheaping yourself for the NPP too much mono so I na mo so do some time na mentemase mu jam ho ma NPP for we jimi omo these things have been sitting there. In the court, the ambulance are already in Ghana. Emma, one ambulance is going to be 70 people life. You're packing in your pro. And then we are they are screaming over the roof. Say, somebody has caused financial loss to the state. Ambulance way ni padodo and kebet me save Ghana and more. Now let's go back and take care of the issues. Intimema obi anka bibia nkyerɛ say ɛyɛ onuado ɛna ɛyɛ ambulance ɛyɛ 30 enie. Omo buy no behu ambulance we na esi wo no ɛna omo stop pay ɛyɛ 170 na ɛba no ɛna omo say yɛn stop ne yɛn enkofa yɛ de ɛna omo kofa ntontura bi ba yɛ we yɛ benzo. These are Benz. ɛna omo kofa ntontura ba na omo de begu Independence Square na omo di mu Jimmy be saye ɛna omo so omo kofa ambulance bi nsi da satana 30 esi Ghana omo mane pro. Now yanko story nim. Now, let's start from the back. The ambulance case trial. Maybe kenka ni medjum na obi ati asem na se. 22nd of December 2011. Cabinet approval for the ambulance. Into 2011, 22nd December. Ena John Mahama, NDC abain, atamil John Mahama mabain, approve ambulance we say 200 ambulance Ghana Yankotonian Famra 2011 December 22nd. Now November 2012 Parliament approves the financing agreement. Inti omo approving in December 2011 22nd no a few weeks about a week or two, you were 2012. No, the following year, November 2012, and on the 1st of November, that is almost a year, and finally, Parliament, I approve say, yenko pesika na yenfanko to ambulances in Emra. Inti ambulance in 2011 started here. Cabinet approved in 2012 and a Parliament ejitu say afedi yanko pesika ye den ebeto ambulance we ama Ghana for. Now 19th of December 2012 Big C and the government of Ghana signed the contract for 200 That is 50 per their letter of credit. Ambulances and its accessories. Mr. S. Okay. Mr. S, I'm good. It was something else. It's okay. I didn't see the other ones, but it's fine. Inti, in got to add a caption to it so that I will know where it's going, please. Inti, on the 19th of December 2012, and a big C company na omo ambulance no omo ne the Ghana government is signing contract na 200 ambulances. Now in the contract no letter of credit no chere say omo de beba in 4 batches 50 50 50 50. Even though the contract is one whole contract no, within the contract no, the ambulance will be supplied in 4 chunks. That is 50, 50, 50, 50. And each of the 50 will have its own letter of credit. Inti 50 na eba no, ewo no ankasa ne check da so. Inti sa 50 ni ba ni etua sa check no na ekọ. Na another 50 ba ni etua sa check no na ekọ. The next 50 ni ba ni etua sa check no. So the government was basically paying. The government only pays when the ambulance are delivered or on their way to be delivered. Inti sa na NDC aban no any Blue Gate for Big C for no etna se adwene ho. Remember, Big C any company any Ghana buying a sign contract no enye Richard Jakpa. Richard Jakpa or a facilitator or a middleman. On an nim company no and okache company se menya deal bi ama mo Ghana. Ghana government epe say omoto ambulance 200. Na mo na moye. Na se mo be ma me di mo nim di mo akode a mo be ma me share. Now my ambulance no now the government of Ghana. So technically, Richard Jakpa, the business is between or no any Blue Big C. He has no business with Ghana government. He has business with Big C. Into Ghana government to a problem, they have a problem with the Big C company. Richard or your middleman to Big C. He linked Big C to the government of Ghana. Because not Ghana buying air per company or manufacture the ambulance and then accessories. In this case, Richard Jakpa is the wrong person they are prosecuting. A Big C that is supposed to be in the box at the end of the day talking to the Attorney General. In 2012, and a contract I'm signing a say 200 about 50 50 50 4 tranches. Now, after several disagreements over the performance of the contract, the lawyers of Big C served notice threatening to sue government of Ghana for breach of contract. Now, time omuye bibie wie na omunyina etena asiwie no. Afei eye Big C for no ehun say eye NDC aban no contract na omo sign no na NDC aban no ye yomo ho style bi a che say de na ewo krata so no omo pese omo bedi so. Now, 2nd May 2014, the Attorney General under the NDC advised government of Ghana to produce the letter of credit as agreed in the contract signed for Big C to deliver the ambulance. Inti eba sano and a lawyer penyinia 2012 na oya lawyer penyini Emma Abain and Ghana. Echroma NDC government say, hey, your word should be your word. Money Big C for sign a contract in 2012. You people have to, at the end of the day, abide by whatever you said, and I say what was in the contract. Until you people will have to release a letter of credit. Now, letter of credit, you know, and then I make actual technically a check. So what deliver na check we are clear. Into say $1 million. Na say nyoma no air 4. Ebia wo de ba ku bia ba. Ye beji say ye beji ebia $250,000 check near the amount. Or the another one so by about $250,000 check. It is to make it easy for you, no. Letter of credit, no. Basically a checker a dawa. So I'm deliver no for the chunk of the bebano. I'm the 50 bar. Into Attorney General check Ghana government say, "Sir, contract now must sign. Also with this pepe. Amount for the 50 bar. Monfa letter of credit, no. And just say at least the bedrua mubetia. Right now." After that, on the 18th of July 2014, Finance Minister Seth Terkper wrote to Big C assuring them of receiving LC as stated in the contract on the 18th of July 2014, after the Attorney General then advised the Ministry of Finance or the Minister of Finance, Seth Terkper. No, Seth Terkper wrote to Big C for say, okay, your lawyer opinion ni akasa say mode eye goods ni bedru mo letter of credit will be ready. Senior ye stating wo contract ni mo pepepe. Enti Big C for no enso ti ase. Enti technically no, Seth Terkper was telling them say your Attorney General ohwehwe nkratam ene eye de emramu nsem no e ka kire say yendi eye contract no so. Ena ema Seth Terkper e ka kire Big C for no say. So the question here is, adena Seth Terkper antro letter ankoma Richard Jakpa. Why did Seth Terkper write a letter to the Big C? Because the government of Ghana had a contract with Big C. They didn't have a contract with Richard Jakpa. So today in court, Richard Jakpa, Ejina court, we are prosecuting the wrong person. The person we are supposed to be sitting with and talking to, a Big C. Because omonomia contractors, Richard Jakpa is a friend to Big C. He's just a conduit. He's just a middleman. He gets his cut, and the cut is not coming from government of Ghana. The cut is coming from the Big C. Inti Richard Jakpa there. Only Ghana for any track can be. Inti what happened in all say? Finance Minister. At the end of the day, Attorney General Kachom said they need to issue the letter of credit before they deliver the ambulances. So once they ship the ambulances, what happens? And they say, so we ship ambulance, more deliveries, no. The moment they see a person, there are documents to prove say ambulance where they see a person. The moment I see a person, you have a unique number, you have a receipt. The moment this are receipt in all that you do is say, Big C for no, they will forward that information to a finance ministry. Finance ministry has information now. Not only shipping company they didn't say yes, it is true. We are shipping these ambulances to you. And with some accessory in it, say take a green light, from lead of bill of lading now. Sa document, sa receipt, then he releases what we call letter of credit. Letter of credit, basically a check. But it only clears when the goods ever come in, sir. But I can assure you, say, check the moment the goods arrive, then you can cash the check. Into bank, how much check, Obi a blank check. The moment nyomani bedru e be yi nyomani wie no ansa na wetuma ko bank wa akoyi into a form of security keke e kire wo say nipa na oni ni adwuma na wa shepe ambulance ne koma no. In fact nipa no enye se ambulance ne koduru a unhu no nipa na kire wo say ma ye ready se metua many banks akasa ma banks na gya tum say ambulance nam kwan so nkwa e bank kwan na say documents wo dia e true se metua. So ene na ma letter of credit be mu no enti the moment a Big C for a shipping ambulance no Seth Terkper got the receipts from Big C for say ampa ma shipping shipping port number nie shipper ambulance ni gumnie numbers ni nyina nie enti mombramba beji the letter of credit and then Attorney General ka kire Seth Terkper say onye. So that is what made Seth Terkper make sa decision no. Now yanko enim enti Attorney General ka Seth Terkper say do that. Among for shipping at the more form letter of credit momo. Send a bear with you BNC. And at Terkper a president and a Attorney General say we will do that. Now, Deputy Finance Minister on the 7th of August 2014. Now Ato Forson and a Deputy Finance Minister to Seth Terkper. Now, on the 7th of August 2014, Deputy Finance Minister Ato Forson on the authority of Seth Terkper wrote a letter to Bank of Ghana to establish the LC. In the time Attorney General, I advise say Finance Minister Seth Terkper and I said Terkper catch at Force and say, in fact, write a letter to the Bank of Ghana with the seal of the Finance Ministry. Because remember, when Ato Force writes a letter to the Bank of Ghana, NASA the seal of the Finance Ministry in Niswa, the Bank of Ghana would not adhere to the letter. You need to get that right. Even though Ato Forson is a deputy minister, he can write a letter to the Bank of Ghana. When the Bank of Ghana do not see or they fail to see the seal. Actually say the finance minister himself has given the authorization for this letter to be sent to us. The Bank of Ghana will never release money. For Bank of Ghana to release money, it means say they verify the letter. Say the minister has basically done what? Has basically endorsed that letter through the seal on the letter. And the sank will be able to match your letter. Some your deputy minister, Bank of Ghana, $200 million. But the only thing that made Bank of Ghana release that letter of credit, is because they saw the seal on that letter, and that seal, say the minister, Atufos boss, knows about the letter. What am I say? Inti Atufos in release, sir, or this letter come out Bank of Ghana. He was working under the instructions of Setepe. Because Oko Bank of Ghana, Okoka say me Atufos na match letter Bank of Ghana, man letter of credit bia. But Okoye or the letter that share letter say, oh, okay. Say seal way sisu dia na or boss ni mubi. That is how a Bank of Ghana said, we are going to do what? Release the letter of credit. Now you understand. Inti Atufos on the 7th of August, he took instructions from his boss, Setepe, as the main boss at the finance ministry. And he sent a letter that had a seal. Say Setepe knows about this. And no Bank of Ghana who can say release letters of credit. Remember, say who blame Atufos now, then you need to blame Bank of Ghana too. Because if you are going to say Atufos letter or the comma a Bank of Ghana release letter of credit and I say Sikano a fake and Atufos anyway, then it means the person who approved that money at the Bank of Ghana is also liable. It means that Nippon Bank of Ghana or also just a letter or releases Saskano. That person at the Bank of Ghana needs to be in court today. It means the governor of Bank of Ghana is also supposed to be in court to tell us why he said or just a letter abra or approval or letter so. So it means whatever Atufos did, he did it under the instructions of Setepe. And on the letter, there was an indication on the letter that says Setepe knows about that decision. And into the Bank of Ghana, and say if today you are suing Atufos now, then you have to sue the Bank of Ghana because someone release this column. Why did they release the money if they knew that the letter itself did not have the seal, the approval from the minister himself? Now, Yanko Edim. On the 12th of August 2014, Atufos wrote another letter on the authority of Setepe to Controller and Accountant General, Bank of Ghana, to transfer money to Big C. Now, Atufos didn't kind the first letter called Bank of Ghana. They have released the letter of credit. Now, Atufos has another letter from the same ministry. It is the first one require a faker. And then the second one is fake. And remember, the first one went to the Bank of Ghana. If the Bank of Ghana, the first one Atufos a choco and a faker, why would they still sit there and take another letter from Atufos? Because for Bank of Ghana to even go ahead, the Accountant General to go ahead, it means they should know the letter that letter has been authorized or it has been endorsed by the minister himself. And what shows that it has been endorsed? It has been endorsed unless you see that seal. That seal of authority, say a letter. So that is how come a Bank of Ghana and the Accountant General transfer that money to Big C. So let me take you back a little bit. Atufos sa letter na otroye na Attorney General eka say or the nepe na troye na enye ne boss eye Setepe den and the man instruction no. Sa letter na Atufos na de nepe troye anke kodu Bank of Ghana no. The Bank of Ghana will return the letter and tell Atufos and say we only adhere to whatever in these kind of letters when we see the seal of your boss, meaning this letter has the endorsement of the finance minister. But when the Bank of Ghana received the letter from Atufos the first time, it had a seal. The Bank of Ghana took that letter. Atufos wrote another letter to the Bank of Ghana and Accountant General. They saw the seal, meaning the boss has endorsed it. It is a seal no crampono. So Atufos commit crime. The question here is, what are the checks and balances at the Bank of Ghana? There are security checks. And the question here is Setepe dead? No, he's still alive. Right. All right. In Chesiano, you release this Kanama Big C. I'm a scanner call. Finance Ministry, Accountant General Department, they have released the money. Attorney General's case in court. Now, mommy and Attorney General case in this court. Causing financial loss to the state for authorizing payment to Big C for the supply of vehicles purporting to be ambulances without authorization. Attorney General case back on say at forcing ama oman Ghana boka if we say or no ena authorize say yentie sika for ambulance and enya ambulance say yenfa yentie sika inti Attorney General case back on say at forcing the nepe ena otro letter emaye Bank of Ghana any Accountant General release sika e de koto ambulance mpo na enya ambulance. Those are Attorney General the charges no. 2. Intentionally misapplying public funds of the state in favor of Big C to supply vehicles purporting to be ambulances without authorization. Say ato force in any dahon and or shada tam Ghana sika edema Big C for say omonda da Ghana for say the BB friend ambulance ba and so any ambulance. Go to Parliament House. The ambulances are sitting there. A Benz manufactured. Okay. Indeed, these are the two things Attorney General Jinaso. I say to forcing on what the pay a control letter. I'm here to a Big C. Ka abra cars be or deba enye at enye den ambulance. And I say to forcing a shedda and on Big C for share home and o tia sasika momo abra na oni hu kwan. We didn't catch you. Time a letter the free to forcing ho after Setekpe instructing the deputy to force is on letter no. The letter and to force it or any regular paper so and Bank of Ghana will not accept it. But Atoforsin wrote a letter on the Ministry of Finance document with the seal of the minister on it, proving that the minister has endorsed that statement. And in a Bank of Ghana, any Accountant General, a letter to my Amutiakano. Now remember, Atoforsin boss Setekpe onwuyo otiase. All right. Inti uko wenima plea bargain be issue aba. Now, plea bargain a plea bargain, also known as negotiating a plea, is an agreement between the prosecution and the defendant where the defendant agrees to plead guilty to the charges against them. Settlement. Settlement in law, a compromise or agreement between litigants to settle the matter in dispute between them in order to dispose of and conclude their litigation. Now, Mate, where the be your friend plea bargain, and a Mate where the be your friend settlement. They are two different words. You can say plea bargain, and you necessarily say would for plea bargain say asama beto. Ubetuma kache di panse oni bibi. Asama beto no. In fact, member say between the time no. This is what is happening. Me pese sikana musi be di 1 million no. Sa sikana me to be tua. Into what I want to do in say me pese say obe jeli me 1 year. Me pese sikana enunti a pese o jeli me no. Me to me tua sa sikana ma. Into sa sikano me tua na ebia in 3 chunks. And as me tua no in 4 different sections. Into ebia 1 million me tua 250 in a space of 3 years and not 2 years. No, Attorney General no, the reason why I didn't nipa na court na sikanti odin nipa na court say nipa na di sika. Inti say nipa na jatum say okay, wo so be di sika Matias here. Nanso, my ready and willing to pay that money. Say interest crack that's what metua no. At that point, na Attorney General no is looking at the money. And I say the interest ni say or the nipa na ko to efiase. Especially when the country sika. And I say at that point, you know, the country needs the money more than sa nipa na. The country will, at the end of the day, will say, kamaye. Now, at the end of the day, sa sikari and saka krampa, Jumadia nanka or say, sa Jumadia also demand you bet me the disa Jumano, and your friend plea bargain, you bet me Attorney General transit, no nakasa. Settlement is different. Settlement in say, only Attorney General no, Muninano, assembly court, no makasa uni bibi. Assembly diakui, you bet me 10 years. At the end of the day, no, ya kaka manikusia, ebe saying, ebese or sebitiauka my ready says can be trading now into some free court na fabra na say you conclude as you make canabontin and finish it into a plea bargain no court and a team can say okay we cool settlement no nipa dey asem court obetima ko yi case na ba fie aka say and the entrance ni settle na sebio ye nyina no obi anfa ntoma pa mfra no enko Into these two things, no, not Attorney General no, or the chance to settle on any of these two things. Now, the reason why I make church we want to say, Godfred Damene MPP for no epe somebody be too trim to say, Eya Atoforsen is guilty. Eya Richard Jakpa is guilty. Into the obe who be no man jindi, ni nyina so omo ya kromfo omo boa. Now, my mention what there. NPP for a Attorney General echo court no okoka nsem bi ekire court. Now nsem okoka kire court no say ambulance na me the pictures kire wo no. Now mo say ambulance na buy no enye ambulance. Now Attorney General court no nsem okoka kire a lawyer judge ni ne. O say the red, gold, green colors were not properly done and the stickers can peel off easily. Or see adikudie a omode Jakpa ene Atoforsen abegina court ne say oma cause financial loss to the state ne say ambulance ne buy no na stickers bi wo red, gold, green no na e wawai. Godfred o say chiri de shada kam. Godfred me ade ogina so de Atoforsen Jakpa ene eye oma maka ko gina court ne say o say adikudie o ka say eye Atoforsen mo abogana kan ne say ambulance ne buy no na eye sticker na tare na eye red, gold, green na e wawai interchere so wabogana ka. 2, no working light for night operations. Or say ambulance na eye adwuma nanso etu anadwo na light mbobɔ ho a ebetu aye adwuma. Enu nti na say Atoforsen ene Richard Jakpa akose financial loss to the state. Enti MPP Ekufuado ene the Attorney General ene Oforiata say yenjeli Atoforsen ene Jakpa. These are the reasons inti omo call court. 3, the word ambulance was not written on the bonnet. Almost say ambulance ne buy no. Na nka say eye trunk no. Hood no, sorry. Hood no. E was say anka ye tro ambulance go so. Almost say buy na ebi ye tro ngu so. Dak. Mr. Send me the witness statement again. Adikudie Attorney General court no. Almost say ambulance ne buy no na bonnet no. Na yentro ambulance go so inti Atoforsen and Jakpa mo they have caused financial loss to the state. Where a court document na make dwom kakran kyerɛw. Almost also say the emergency number was not written on the vehicle. No mo say ambulance dey yentro emergency number ho. Time ambulance ne beduru no na yentro emergency number ho. And nintin Attorney General say Atoforsen cause financial loss to the state. Na nko say ambulance no yentro emergency number ho. The name fa. I say ebi mu di slap, ebi mu di bullets na nyina ho toy. Almost say the trolley in the ambulance is too low. Almost say sa de bi na I say my friend say key no my friend say ade bi na wutrema ne ye pia wo no. Almost say na wo form ubi ambulance na sa de na wo form because uko peja wo bo mu ase. O say nke wo soro. Na wo soro Ekufuado obetuma. Say Sadia ne wo form. Say the attendant seat is not firmly fitted. At the gradient here, the Atoforsen Ejina court say wa cause financial loss and say ya say ambulance ne buy no seat na ebubom no na ye tight team ye na mu ye loose kakra ainti kwa na wo so na nko so mo tight team tighten. Wait, can you imagine? Say the other seats for paramedics are too low. Almost say paramedics no say ambulance for the bar I was an uncle for me be on patient in womb. Almost say nipa no paramedic no nanko say the seat no was soro. Na seat no form do inti anunti Atoforsen has caused financial loss to the state. Godfred Amio. And almost say materials used to make the cabinet were too sharp at the edges and can cause harm. Almost say ambulance no na cabinet boom na cabinet no na nnua no ide no na sharp dodo ebi obi kɔ na kɔfa na akotwa ne nsa intia no kura pora to force cause financial loss wenti na mo de musika ko gina ko to no cabinet na ewo mu na cabinet na sharp dodo ebi a kotwa intia no so cause financial loss to the state. All right, Mr. S. Where was this supposed to be? Where should I place it? Number 6, number 7. I was expecting to be about 5C, right? After 5. All right, I'll place it. Almost say the cabinet are not self-lock unless you lock it manually. Almost say the kudienti almost say ato forcing any jakpamo across financial laws to the state in say. Ni nyina ne say eye the cabinet no anka also tuma na nka no lock kakra. But we no eche utum na do kokoro enunti. Almost say omo na kaje say ambulance na trotro. But at the end of the day, the case no file no. Almost say nyoma ambulance na nyoma nya papa. Almost say ambulance na cabinet na nka okatuma na nka no akwa say me anka kitchen say oka cabinet tu me kwa magnet bi ona asum abroche du bia obi. Oto cabinet ma no na cabinet na nka a lock it. Almost say nka say yes sir. But almost say we ni de na ambulance na cabinet na che the keys tum ni atum kakra. And no almost say no de financial laws into atofos in jail. Now here. So you look at all these things and you ask yourself, say, so is this the reason why Attorney General Godfred that many MPP for Emiagina court to say yemfa atofos in kotu fiase? None of the ya. Setekwe himself went to court. And when he went to court, God being so good, Setekwe no owuye. So Setekwe came to court to also speak, to answer questions, to say, atofos in letters na ochro ya yedi tua eye big C for kano onimu bia na enti Setekwe so call court no e dey see. This is what happened when Setekwe went to court. Enti asem ma Setekwe so ekopie court as a witness. Now Setekwe's witness statement saying as Setekwe so kai or say Minister of Finance at that time, Setekwe, stated in court that he wrote the first letter to Big C assuring them that the LC will soon be delivered to them. It is Setekwe by court, but catch say, mina na me minister. Mina me throw first letter no come Big C for after the Attorney General advised me say contract ni o sign no say ye ndisu a ye ho be kire ye. Me Setekwe mina me throw letter no come Big C say omo enye den omo sending your money into omo nje den sa letter of credit no into so ono na chroye wan kasa ato o se me na me chroye. Setekwe in court, Setekwe also stated in court that he gave full authorization to his deputy Atoforsen to write the other letters and sign them on his behalf for the LC to be established and for payment to be made. Setekwe Saba court no say me and I'm a minister. Atoforsen and I am a deputy. Me na me man of full right. Me na me man of full authorization. Me na me man of kwine. Say letters me no Chokoma Bank of Ghana say into big sino. Me na me man of kwine say ontro and intina ode me letter a seal was so extra ye. Setekwe is in court telling the judge, telling the Attorney General, say the man you are blaming, he is not supposed to be blamed. If you have anybody to blame, blame me because he works under my authority. Technically, Setekwe catch a judge and say, the man you are blaming is my deputy. Every action he took, I endorsed it. Every letter he wrote, I gave him the right to do it. Into say, person will prosecute you. Why don't you prosecute Setekwe? Because or no NSA or man instruction today, Baumia is saying, say, Ekufu don't kwasi adi o ye ni na ma yemblemu no. Someone to work as a Baumia has his vision. And then among us say, Ekufu don't kwasi adi o ye ni na yemblemu Baumia. But today when you people take stands, you are saying, say, Ekufu is different, Baumia is different. Even though Baumia is working with Ekufu. Because of politics in the end, Ekufu don't kwasi adi o ye no mon pesa Baumia beji credit no. So Setekwe, God being good, he's not dead. Onwuye. Oba court no say, the ekos ni nyina I mean am authorization. Metiase. And you can still prosecute me. So why is the Attorney General going after Setekwe? Because if anything, we are looking at the head. The head has come out. Sanka Setekwe Eba Court Roka say, this letter Atu wrote, I didn't know anything about it there. Then we know Atu is guilty. He basically did things without the knowing of Eddie and the boss. But the boss is still alive. The boss came to court and said, all the letters now are to Troy and I am man authorization. So where is the case again? In fact, the judge I have questions for the judge. The judge is being biased. Because time se take about court, ebe catch the Ghana for say or no nema to authorization. The judge was supposed to throw the case away. Yeah, he was supposed to throw the case out. Because at this point, the Attorney General has brought a case that did not have any merit. Because the person who worked under him, the person who was his boss, and came to say, the blaming you are blaming the guy, don't blame him. I made him do it. So why are you going after Atuforsen? I didn't know Atuforsen. For the judge to say, Attorney General under who case, the judge is working with Attorney General. The judge is corrupt. Because any judge will be like, okay, so Attorney General, the man who was the minister then is saying that he gave this man all the authorization to do what he did. So why are you prosecuting this man? If I'm a judge, that's the question I'll ask. Why are you prosecuting Atuforsen? Why don't you prosecute the boss himself? Because technically, he wrote the letters. He is not dead. He's here. Or catch us on the trial letters, no, and or catch or my instructions on trial. Into I didn't want your boss, no. But the Attorney General has decided not to go after Tsetekwe because this trial, this case, a personal. A NPP for Ekufuado, monomaya margins, or Besomochi Atuforsen, to jail, all because he's doing a wonderful job in Parliament. After what you say, I have a problem with the judge because Sebio, any judge who is right thinking and honest will stop the case there and throw the case out. Why did the judge give the Attorney General the room to continue this case? It is our plot now. Judge, to me, is part of it from what I am seeing. Because any judge be or your corrector or kano kribiano, or I say, Attorney General, it's okay. I understand. You are basically forcing us to prosecute an innocent man. Senka said, take a back and contradict anything Atuforsen said, and there you have a case. But this is the situation where Seteko is still alive. He was in charge. Why are you going after Atuforsen? What is it there? In the judge and also two cases, but for the judge to see the case through to this point, the judge is working for these people. The judge is part of the clique. I am very disappointed in this woman. Very, very disappointed. Now, Shade. So, Yanko Enim. 5B. All right. So, right. So now uko we nimu case ni mwa. Afi obi eti ase ba. Aha. Sana na pese ye nende. 7:30 good timing. Somebody is asking a very good question. You say he has a humble question. Please have understood that the ambulance were supposed to be distributed in 4 tranches. Why then only 30 was delivered? Secondly, it's agreed that the money should be paid when the ambulances are delivered. Why then they grant all the payment when only first chunk was delivered? Now remember, the agreement was that when they ship the ambulance, on the way, you need to release the letter of credit. That's how it works. Now, the question here is, Senipane is supposed to ship 50 ambulances. Now, so we're shipping 30 ambulances. When the ambulance gets here, now, what we need to do is say, why didn't we get 50 ambulances? Now, the payment that was made, it was made for 30 ambulances. The payment that was not made for 50 ambulances. That is the details that was Big C was trying to explain to the Attorney General. That if even, let's say, they gave letter of credit that is for 50 ambulances and a 30 buyer. At the end of the day, what are we prosecuting Atuforsen on? We are prosecuting Atuforsen for releasing a letter to bring in 30 ambulances. But this is the situation where the minister himself said he authorized him to write. So why are you holding Atuforsen accountable? Why are you not holding the minister who actually instructed Atuforsen to release that letter or the letter of credit? Because say 50 or say ba and a 30 nam council and a minister ne catch the deputy say write letter of credit. Not say 30 the bedroom and a letter of credit to the core ya. Say a bunny a busa questions. So who do we ask? Atuforsen was working on instructions. So into 30 ne ba ya. Now the question here is then who is supposed to be held accountable for the 29 buyer? Is it Atuforsen or the Minister of Finance? Why is the Attorney General so obsessed Why is the Attorney General so obsessed with Atoforsen? Because the minister, is the one who gave the authorization. And remember, the Ministry of Health, and the Health Ministry and the Ghana Health Service, they are the ones who are supposed to be checking the ambulance. It is not Finance Ministry. Remember, so Finance Ministry releases say ye kwakoto 200 buses for a year Ghana military. Say I got 200 buses for Ghana Health Service and ambulances. The moment the Ministry of Finance releases the money, it is not their job to follow up to see say buses nearby and 100 and 50. It is up to the respective ministry to make sure that buses those buses have been delivered. And the question you are asking, the answer comes in two phases. One, the letter of credit is always released when shipment has been made and confirmed. So whether it was 20 ambulances, 50 ambulances, who gave the authorization for the letter of credit or the money to be released? It was the Minister of Finance. Atoforsen wrote it under the instructions of the Minister of Finance. So why are you blaming Atoforsen? Because the person who gave Atoforsen authorization is sitting in court telling you he did not have the powers to do it. I gave him the powers to do it. So why is the Attorney General going after Atoforsen? Now, first solution, Big C provided. Now, after when you see, so what my team, they are telling me is after the first 40, the remaining ones were brought later. Now, the NPP waited for the remainder before it was distributed. So that is clear. Now, let's move forward. Now, Assembly Court Court, so right now we have been able to establish, say, Atoforsen, at the end of the day, letters or Troy at the Commercial Bank of Ghana, and the seal of the Finance Ministry, those letters, the authorization came from Setekpe because Setekpe came to court to tell Attorney General, any judge, and they say, I want to instruct Atoforsen money. So right now, the person to be blamed, if there's any cause, and I say anybody caused financial loss to Ghana, Setekpe. So why is the Attorney General going after Atoforsen, who was taking instructions from Setekpe? At this point, I don't even care about the number of ambulance. I care about who caused financial loss to the state. Is it Atoforsen or Setekpe? Now, during the case, the Big C guys, Assembly Court, they decided to all right. So let's clarify this here. In 2019, and I'll come back to point 7. This is to the guys' questions now, or send it by and say, why did they pay the letter? Why did the letter of credit go? Abra na ambulance. I was say about 50. Now see this. This was in 2019. Minority issue 3-day ultimatum to government over 40 parked ambulances. In 2019, na ambulances are Ghana na 40. All the way in 2019. Minority issue 3-day ultimatum to government over 40 parked ambulances. As way back in 2019, na ambulance 40 Ghana. Na 40. Na the first one na first 50 na emu 40 Ghana esiwa na ye use ya esi parliament air pro. So it is not 30 as I told you. It is 40. And na is aba esiwo. And so the government of the day, MPP government, they let those ones sit to rot because na MPP 4. Okay, so right now let's get this right. In 2019, because we are trying to check the facts well. these 40 ambulance no time Ekufuado mo kra omo first ambulance buy no first 40 ne buy. So first 40 ne buy no the NPP government made it sit into kodu point to be a minority for a katre a NPP for parliament say ana Ekufuado government say adena wakra ambulance nkwa 40 abiswa ambulance no air pro abra also wakra the rest so 40 na ba. Why don't you do what? Why don't you put them out for Ghanaians to use? They waited till a year the academy na buy and sana omo the ambulance the kwabonte. So even though they told us say omo kra 300 ambulance no, at the end of the day no, Ekufuado mo kra ambulance no 40 by nest is wo. But in that contract, it did not say the ambulance were going to come in 40. They said they had actually shipped 300 ambulance. But on say mobile power no, and this goes to I'm answering the question Anna Abranti and Busan say then say 50 ambulance buy 30 buy or 40 buy omutia else no time Ekufuado mo edit 40 ambulance we buy na letter of credit omo release that. At that point, say Ekufuado MPP abano they had caused financial loss to the state because Oman can't say the 40 neighbor, Oman can the 300 ambulance. I don't know for 300 nina amba one time, but 40 neighbor yeah for a very long time no and sana the others ever become because that is how it works. Whatever is shipped, you release a letter of credit on it. It is or the ambulance 50 neighbor, now say or the 200 neighbor, no so the 50 neighbor, now say or release it 30 say bar. You have to put a day the letter of credit on it to pay for that 30 coming, and that is what Setekwe did. And then Setekwe no, the amount of ambulance and a sipo sobano and who sikano tia no 2.3 million euros. It is not like say they were going to overpay. They were paying according to the number of ambulance that was shipped. Because when they ship the ambulance, the document about the number of ambulance is see a posoba. Until at the end of the day, no, you cannot say because 50 ambulance say or mu deliver at 30, no, somebody has caused financial loss to the state. They pay according to the number the shipper or the distributor or the manufacturer says is coming. Even though I say a 50, no, maybe at the time they finished 30, it was ready to be shipped. So maybe they have shipped the 30, you pay for the 30. 20 you pay for the 20. So there's nothing like you say you were going to bring 50 and that the 50 one for the one time 50 to the 25 about the moment you make the person know say the 50 na eba first 25 will bow into the can you check it to you have not committed any crime. So obet check say 25 the nam cancel. So he will pay for the 25 even though we see 50 now it could be there could be anything. Manufacturing has its own hubs. So our plan is say maybe on the 6 months or 600 ambulances. Not 6 months or 200 ambulances. Don't expect him to ship 600 ambulances. He will tell you say or ship 200 ambulances. That does not mean say Nipano is not going to bring the 400. It is also on the 50 by this month. Now say or catch or say was ship 30. You need to make ready the 30 now was shipping because sa 30 now was shipping with 2 sika. Sa 30 na shipping with 2 shipping fee. Sa 30 na shipping or the one accessories account. So you pay for the 30. You have not lost or also on losing yet. 30 ni bedrua. The next 20 or the bar, you pay for the 20. And Nitina ever seen the Attorney General has not been able to say Atoforcing or the finance minister overpaid for the ambulances. Because they paid the right amount for the ambulances that was they delivered. Because say ambulance na omo deliver you know say nka Attorney General nim so omo discount ko because ambulance bia no the amount that they are stating is a lie, but the Attorney General did not go there. Attorney General say Atoforcing and the chro letter me release here abra say take say or the man instructions say on chro because not or the deputy. I hope you understand that. Now let's move on. I'm sure my dear, it's a good question. That's why I took a little bit of time to explain that to you. Now, so uko wenima this point. Now, first solution Big C provided. Tama no more court no. Big C agreed with the ambulance service to import. Tama na almost ship ambulance no. Tama na almost started say almost the ambulance nearby no. Big C agreed with the ambulance service to import other medical equipment, including spare parts for the ambulance to resolve the problem. In the time, ambulance ni bedru yena, health ministry, the right agencies inspect ambulance no. And I'm catching a big C say there are a few things that did not come with the ambulance. And a big C for one said that's not a problem. They are going to do what? They are going to ship all those accessories now a bedroom and an count. Into big C for a shipping ambulance, no. There were some accessories that were not there. That at the end of the count. And the Ghana government through the Ministry of Health, no. Omuchokoma big C say ambulance na bedru. You were expecting say spec wearing in and webe womb. And a big say no problem. We are doing what? We are going to ship those things. Because sometimes we don't ship those things to the ambulance because you never know what is going to happen. What we do is we try to separate the accessories from the ambulance as a vehicle itself. At the end of the day, in 2017, time Omukas has some Ghana government a big C for the kind of they shipped the accessories. Big C for no man true. Accessories now Ministry of Health for eco inspect ambulance Omukas and Nina also Ebeka the big C company they shipped it. Now, since 2017 till now, the government refused to clear the medical equipment from the Tema port to resolve the concerns of government on the ambulances. Inti Tema ambulance ne buy 2016 no. The same year now almost shipping accessories na a bedroom porter ekufa mobile power no almost equipment no medical equipment in our port from 2017 to date. Sign your money in da hu Tema port. And Attorney General Eka Ghana for say Authorization has caused financial loss to the state. Adentra na ambulance no red go green na why na light no ho na ambulance no nyoma bi wo ma na emu miemia abra the accessories e ka ho na ebema ambulance no say at the end of the day be ka ho no san nyoma is still sitting at the port from 2017 to 2024. At this point, one na cause financial loss to the state. At this point, as we speak, sa equipment, sa accessories na big C4 shipping say yam fan beka ambulance no equipment ne medical accessories na ka ho no. Sa nyoma ni bedru 2017. NPP are buying Bawomia Ekufuado. Attorney General way they've left it there to rot. E da hu si Tema port air pro. Emma after 7 years na Attorney General dan no ho akokọ to say atofo na ono ankasa amfa ne to me and sign letter no atofo na cause financial loss nti enjeli no ye kasa o Ghana sisia no sa accessories o se enjina so njeli atofo no esi Tema porter NPP aban we say they will not take it out. Emma sa accessories ni nyina pro. Now the same MPP government through the Attorney General say you pese echi atofo tum or cause financial loss. Abra de na wo chi atum na even though enyo na ye na ade support. The government is supposed to just clear sa accessories no to make the ambulance a whole ambulance no or say only accessories because or pese ode enu siewu. No catch Ghana for say John Mahama aban no ne atofo simo aban no omo kofa trotro man kofa ambulance aba abra nyoma na e ma ne ambulance ni nyina gu port. From 2017 till date, sa nyoma ni gu port na air she na air pro. And at this point, who is causing financial loss? And intina make catch me busa judge and say, you the judge, you know all these things in court. You can in our court. The judge is still saying that Attorney General has a case. And anytime a judge say, well, know something about this. Sa scam ekoso, sa illegality ekoso case the judge didn't hubi. Because judge be or papa be or say, hey, this case, no. I don't want to entertain this. Go to port. Go and clear the accessories and come fit it. Setekwe, who was the minister, just came here to tell us, say he gave the instructions. Who are you prosecuting here? Any legitimate lawyer, judge bia or your papa bia because say, hey, the accessories are that any in a good port. Setekwe is on the man instruction. So who are you prosecuting? What makes you think say what cause a problem? Because you are prosecuting him on accessories and empire. Ninyina good port. 2017 to 2024 unye. We are talking about also on one kasa the to me and a troll letter. Setekwe we waba also on a man the 2 minutes on troll. Into who are you prosecuting? Why are you wasting everybody's time? And so judge need to say assembling court non-troll judgment. Judge need to mami o oba o or to what say omo kan nyina nwie na onko tro judgment say enko jeli obi. The judge was not supposed to allow the case to get to this point. the judge in the first place or no na cause a problem we judge not take case in this no. I am beginning to believe say oka ayedian cartel no ho some person mu jail at forcing because this is reasonable enough for you to throw this case out. So what are we chasing here? What are we chasing? Are we chasing the money? Are we chasing the accessories? If we are chasing the accessories are sitting there from 2017 to 2024. They are still sitting at the port. Which money are you chasing? Because the money that was paid, the ambulance were delivered. Who are you chasing? Atoforsi did not do anything on his own. The man who was his boss came and said, I gave you the instructions to do it. So why are we in court? In the court number one more then. Until you need to understand, sir, from shipping all the way to Accra, sir, receipt to show. I'm a friend of bill of lading. Or said no, sir, receipt no. Sir, what ship here? Sir, receipt your friend bill of lading. Or said no, sir, receipt in the Chief Finance Ministry. Sir, what ship the ambulance no. In court, they provided it. That receipt and a man a yes take pe Emma a the auto force instruction say yen saka sa receipt na e kire say e ambulance ni siposo ba inti making sure somebody release sikana momo. That's how it works. Inti auto forcing he was acting under the orders of his boss who is Setekwe. Setekwe say yen saka bill of lading e kire say nkofo na pa o ma shipping your mano and I'm kwanso 30 ambulances ni nyina nie ato. The contract any almost signing says the moment they ship, normal provided this receipt, we need to release the money. Ato, I'm giving you authorization. Write to Bank of Ghana and let them release the money to them. Ato Forsen heading. What has Ato Forsen done here? What has he done? As some way, Brony bien obe entertaining on court. Brony judge bien obe entertaining this case to get to this point. Brony bien now shade. Is it bill of loading or bill of leading? Mr. S, I need to get this word right. Bill of loading or bill of leading? I need to correct this. Guys, get me the right word. Bill of leading, bill of loading. We need to get a right word to use here. Now, second solution Big C provided. Bill of lading. Bill of lading. Okay. Bill of lading. That is the word. Okay. That is what I was trying to find. Bill of lading. So technically, more bill of lading was the NS so ship car receipt at the mount, actually ship car and one no. So I brought for bidding in actually say, Kwame Amwa ship car or US or the Brem or Ghana or ship car no port wa sa abruchete tema port no. US tema port no Baltimore no. Man receipt actually say o car no e we contain mo e ko Ghana. Sa receipt no e no de bra to forcing. Any AS tekpe a friend bill of lading receipt no. Almost a car receipt no and almost end the ampa. Sa a port na actually say almost ship e ambulance nampa. E no bro for be benin no. All right, now look at this. Second solution Big C provided. Big C for no and the solution be by. Big C requested that the ambulance be returned to them so they pay the damages of 2 million euros back to the government of Ghana. Inti Big C for no, they have even suggested to the Attorney General, so bibi. So I must say ambulance where the mono, it is not up to standard. Ambulance na ya ship mono must money so. Ambulance no any quality. Big C for no catch the Attorney General say, you know something? We are a big company. Our credibility is important to us. Richard Jakpa or a middleman. In fact, if we have paid him money, it is our own money. Any Richard Jakpa, Jakpa, the discussion. And the Richard Sikebia. What we want to do, and then say, the ambulance near the Bremo as government of Ghana and Ghana for no. Some say emit the quality. Give us back our ambulance and let us pay you your $2 million euros. That's it. So the company was willing to even pay us back our money and take the ambulance because they are manufacturing better ambulance and more ambulance for people than Ghana distracting them and taking them to court. And the company Crampo suggested Godfred say, "Uni bibi, Sa ambulance here by ya accessories in Abeka Porta or catch say your ambulance no because accessories in count in the no your ambulance no and your whole ambulance no. We don't want to drag this. Give us back our ambulance. We still have the money here. We have not used it. We want to pay you back your money. So that this back and forth Obian Koso will be a problem. They suggested this to the Attorney General. They suggested this to the Attorney General. Say, let us do this. We are not in to fight the government of Ghana. Yani ya ambulance no. Mose mompe. Mofo ya de ambre na muji musika. At the end of the day, DNA yeji. Attorney General, what is he looking for? Is he just looking to jail Atuforsen politically to feel say they have done something, or is the money they are going after? Because also somebody has caused financial loss to the state. If the person has caused financial loss to the state, that loss is coming back. The loss is still sitting there. Say they want to pay you the money and they want to take the ambulance back. What is the big deal? They are willing to ship their own ambulance out of Ghana and pay you your 2 million euros. The Attorney General refuses this solution proposed by Big C. He is only interested in wasting state resources in prosecuting the case and jailing Atuforsen at all costs. So Godfred Dame said no. So Big C, they just want to settle. And intina emami ready settlement no. And then emami ready the difference between settlement and the plea bargain. So into settlement now, what Big C wanted to do was that, you know something, we signed a contract with you. We said we're going to supply you with this. We supplied you with 2.3 million euros. We sent accessories. You are still telling us that our ambulance is not wholesome. Our ambulance is basically defect. What we want to do is bring back our ambulance. We will give you back your money. Attorney General Godfred Dame said no. The people were willing to pay the money. Godfred Dame said no. He wants to prosecute Atuforsen who did not authorize the payment. Because at this point, from Setekwe's statement, Setekwe authorized every document. He endorsed every document Atuforsen passed on to Bank of Ghana and the auditor, the accountant general. So why is Attorney General adding the need edan with the Atuforsen ichi? Adding Atuforsen. Attorney General and agency on Chiman obe jailing no matter what. Because the company that delivered the ambulance now omuji mu 2 million euros. No, I'm say, you know something? For your ambulance man ejusika. I want to settle. Give me back my ambulance. Osi enye papa. Osi bibia enye wum. Meje my ambulance jusika. Big Sinka say old usika. Osi for ambulance man ejusika. Osi no. Atuforsen so ono ne boss wo ho. Ono boss na beka say me na me man authority say oncho letter no. Osi boss na kakra emfa ho still obe jeli Atuforsen. Anything na make catch say when you go back to the matter, a judge in a problem. The judge sitting on the case is the problem. You know why? Because Nenisa case we nankini say drew her. This case was not supposed to get to this point. Not judge, you know, say any judge, you know, ni Attorney General ni eye juma, and omo person politically, omo jeli Atuforsen na ka judge you go so to case we took a long time. But for some reason, the judge is also trying everything possible to jail Atuforsen. Judge ni person oye bibia no jail Atuforsen. And then edom ni no because everything shows say case we na go say judge no touchene. Say see a problem you na say NDC aban akoto ambulance bia ye say enya papa. Ye disika say akoto 2 million euros. Company ni no sign contract no omo the ambulance no ba na. Omo say bogus. Ambulance near the bremo no, mo say enye papa, mo de mo fa ya de maye na munji musika. Why are we in court? Assembly nyina when you summarize it. Ghana government 2011, 2012. Ghana government 2011 and a cabinet meeting. Omoji tu mu say enkoto ambulance 200. And 2012 parliament G2 mu. Parliament G2 mu no, and at the end of the day a company called Big C through a man called Richard Jakpa. Or any more and a former buyer say Ghana government say almost pay ambulance 200. Sa company from Big C almost manufacture ambulance. Richard Jakpa any a Big C for the ejuma. And a Big C for say that's it. Sa deal where they are brady, you better some percentage be into the juicy kind of call. and a big C in government of Ghana sign contract. I'm sign contract, no, and I'm say ambulance 200. I'm about 50. And I'm ship it first 30 ambulances. I'm ship it, no, and I add the set tekwe. A receive a receipt. I have said bill of lading a chese I'm ship ambulance, no. A beka set tekwe nsa. And a set tekwe say, you know something. Ato force no am deputy. Chirokra Takoma Bank of Ghana say, Edian, enkofo no a ship a ambulance no na receipt a beka mensa. Into release letter of credit. Basically, releases kind of momo. And ato force a letter free company, finance ministry. And Troye, and sign, and seal a tarot so chest. My boss say information when you say big C for no aship ambulance no inti sika also mutia no muntia momo. And ato force a letter me no come Bank of Ghana say muntia company sika momo. Company the ship a company the ship here and an ambulance in the bedroom. Now ambulance in the bedroom no Ministry of Health for eco inspect ambulance no. And so accessories be a nanka se count amba. And a big C for say oh accessories they are shipping it separate. Into accessories no eba bedru. Ampara accessories no so abedu. Ebedru 2016. Satana NDC aban efra bem. Accessories no bedru no ebe seen there from 2017 all the way to 2024. Attorney General MPP Attorney General. Sa 30 ambulance na eba ye na yitu a hokana. Ya parke ema ne pro. Ema be seen there yentu ba akokra ma ni nyina si wo e pro. Ena MPP aban we etwa ne ho ekache Ghana for say NDC aban through setekwe any atofos no ma cause financial loss to the state. Adentra 1 ambulance bi no ma kofa aban na esiwo na ye 30 no red go green taro ho no e wawai into ma cause financial loss. 2 eye ambulance no yenchro ambulance ngu ho. 3 ambulance no nkonwa bi ewom na ewo fom. Ambulance no 4 eye de dina o se etwa ambulance yanchongo inti sanyo na omugina so e de ache e de atofos na o ye deputy finance minister. Remember se tekwe enya lead bill of lading no and I say onya receipt free abroche say ya ship ambulance no on my atofos instruction attorney general no anche se tekwe da hoti ase o se on pese tekwe nipa no mom na se tekwe actual letter say on fanko Bank of Ghana no sa nipa no pese o jail no now and yeti hey attorney general the atofos any jakpa na o ye middleman ma big C no or do mugina court to say opeso o jail dey opeso jail atofos and atofos say my den or say dia why no say tekwe extra letter and or instructor will say wo sa letter for sa shase never come the Bank of Ghana momuntia big C ye gina court and a big C for abetro akache attorney general ya te say in semia bagana court say abaya na osiso e sign a contract mo say omo diska ye na ye company ye ambulances in fact say ambulance near the abremo e the accessories aka ho ma accessories e support for be 7 years no mu yi na mo say aban no abomka no ye na ye ambulance no ye pese etua musika sa de mamo mo fa ye ambulance ma ye attorney general say pepe ompene judge na oti asem no so nimu nyina o say asem no nkoso and intina make a kire say attorney general judge no ekufuado atofos no o ma hyere no mpese o mo de ko to jail o mo ni case. So big C for cry, they want to settle. Omo pesa asem no, omo pay sika mpo biem. Yangie sika ne afa ambulance no ma yesi enye. Adentina chinchina atofosen edi bone ne so ne den ya. Nipa na atofosen hye na ase no aba ka chem se enye ono ane pe. Me na mesoma no, omo se da abi ye be jeli atofosen. Enum ne ene na mu abepie ha. Ema eye audio we eba abontini ana eye attorney general. Ka kire jakpa. Say on can Toronto to forcing so na yenjeli ato forcing eno audio na aba na ye bono enti ato forcing abedun pempenso bi a eye attorney general na adwin say no matter what onim say ato forcing endi bone onye guilty onye bone bia enso ekufuado ene Godfred no they just want to jail him eno na yebeti audio a eye jakpa no release ya attorney general frɛ no ka che ne say koka samoto atofo senso sene be ya yebetumi jeli na wo de unya wo ko ena chagba ne se Japan Richard ne se ono san kwase ade no ntumi nye ene na adwene beko enti anya ade a obeko court akodi tro atofo senso ma ye jeli atofo because onim se atofo sen embo krono emu na eye attorney general ka kire ne say ende otu kwan enti eye Richard no enko kan kire court say oyare se na be ya asem no ehun be obetwentwan asem so akopim so obekwa abrochiri aba na ono no otane eye de Richard hia okukuom a order da Richard say onko ka asem ento atoforce so Emma Richard no so abeyi tape na ba bontina ye nyina ya betibi enti at this point no the question I'm asking is why are we still in court? Adentina ye court. Why are we in court? And what are we looking for? And my question to the judge is say, Madam Judge, why is this case still in court? Why is it still before you? Why is this case still in court? Why are you still entertaining this case? Then it means you are also part of the people who want to jail Atoforsen, because who say case Atoforsen has done nothing wrong. So for you to even just allow the case to run, it means you have an interest. You want to jail Atoforsen, because any rational person knows say there's no case here. At least say Sikana, you say Atoforsen as na in conformity of the Sika mind, adena wochi Atoforsen. Say Sika enti na ye jail Atoforsen na company na omo de ambulance omo say from ambulance omo no mo fa Sika maye. Adena still you down the court into Madam Judge, you are the problem. Into dedena ye ni nyina, we need to look at the judge. Ono na also of finishing case we long time ago. Ono na entertain case we because me feel it say judge is taking instructions from Ikufuado. Judge is also ready to jail Atoforsen. Because on a normal day, Judge Odino Kurepano will not make the case travel to this point. After this short break, may pick calls 1, 2, or 3. Nama pon show no. Mr. S, Mr. P, are we good? I need a green light from my team before I move on. Mr. S, Mr. P, are we good? Team, are we good here? I need a green light. My exhausted BBR and Sana, I can move on. We are good. Thank you. After this short break, we will pick phone calls.
Whenever I say my PENDREAM TV, PENDREAM TV, dear, I see them, you po.